Hi, I'm John Counsel. I'm a senior reporter with Texas Lawyer newspaper, and welcome to the August 8th, 2008 edition of Reversed and Remanded. My guest today is Phillip Robertson. He's a solo criminal lawyer in Dallas, and he is a legend at the Dallas County Criminal Court House because I believe one of your first jury trials, you pulled a gun on a jury.
I did. I'm guilty.
Anyway, Philip's a good-natured guy, and I'm here to talk to him about a couple of criminal law topics. The first one is a controversy in Collin County. Philip, this is something I think you've been watching. It's a instance where a lawyer in McKinney had a search warrant served on his office for evidence allegedly related to a capital murder case. And that's got the criminal bar going crazy because it's very rare that this happens. And a little bit of the background is police, I guess, discovered that the defendant's wife may have had some things in her possession that she had turned over to her husband's lawyer. And we have a motion to recuse in this case, which is now under consideration. There was a hearing on that this week, and there's another motion to disqualify the lawyer. And in both of those actions, they've alleged that both the judge and the defense lawyer are material witnesses in this case. So here's my overreaching question for you, Phillip. Was there a better way to handle this? Short of a search warrant, short of motions to recuse, short of motion to disqualify?
Well, obviously, as an officer of the court, if you've got some evidence that is relevant to a murder investigation, you definitely, I think, a phone call over to the defense lawyer probably would have sufficed. As an officer of the court,
you mean to the prosecution? If you're a defense lawyer, you've got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, as far as the motion to recuse, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. I think a recusal is absolutely appropriate, especially in the climate we're in, where Texas it's under a microscope for all the people who are put on death row. We want to at least have an appearance of being fair.
Right.
So I think that I think Collin County's got itself a fire ant bed going on.
Oh yeah, and I've had the defense lawyers that were sitting in the audience with me where it's like, well, yeah, the judge probably has his reasons for not wanting to recuse, but on the other hand, it's, hey, you get a capital murder case knocked off your docket in the matter of 15 minutes. Bye-bye.
Well, the one thing is, the judge gets his face on TV, and you certainly don't want to get off of a death penalty case. When you're going to be on the news 4 or 5 times a night.
Not that I would ascribe that a motive to a judge, but no. Okay. All right, Phillip, we have another interesting development in Lubbock. They are creating what I think is a first in Texas. They're creating a private defender's office to deal with the specific issue of mentally ill defendants. And how do you think that's going to be effective, and is that something that they probably need?
Oh, I think that's tremendously effective. I've read we're anywhere from, even conservative estimates are at 10%, all the way up to a quarter of defendants have some type of mental health issues. And I think if you have a specially trained defense bar or public defender or private defender, as they call it here, I think you have an office like that, that really will help recognize the problems and, try and keep people out of the pen for being mentally sick. You can get them the treatment that they need. Yeah.
Did you think your average defense lawyer knows that when they deal with a client that they may have some mental health problems?
Yeah, I think some defense lawyers are probably more sophisticated on it than others. I mean, some would just perceive it to be they get a real obstinate client, whereas if you're trained better, you'll be able to say, "Oh, this guy might be, he might be manic bipolar," and I think the more specialized training we have in the defense bar for mental health issues, it's a win-win for everybody.
Good. All right, last issue. We have in San Antonio, a storm was brewing over a proposal to create sort of a pro se a service within their law library to help people file for divorce, especially if they're low income and can't afford a lawyer. And apparently the bar in San Antonio went crazy over this and said, not going to do that. It's not it's not well thought out, and it went away. So, Philip, what do you think about that?
Well, I can say that probably they're clamoring in San Antonio due to the fact that they're not getting $1,000 for an agreed no pots and pans, no kids divorce. I don't think they're going to get a lot of sympathy out of people at the defense bar. I'm sorry, the family bar there in San Antonio. I think you know, if they're poor, they usually can't pay a lawyer. So if you can help unclog the system, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. So you
it's
think,
probably a good idea.
Think there's some self-interest going on down there?
Absolutely. Nobody wants to get their pockets, you know, reached into. But it's not like they're getting full of poor people getting divorced. So
yeah,
I think the family bar down in San Antonio probably needs to be real careful of how they're perceived as being whiners when not a lot of people have sympathy for lawyers losing money.
Exactly. All right, it's now time for me to put Phil in what I like to call the witness stand. I'm going to ask him some questions and see what he has to say. All right, Phil, first question. Should you have a concealed carry license before you wave a gun in front of a jury?
Absolutely not. I think you should be able to do that at will, whenever you want. I mean, especially if they're not paying attention to you. That's a darn good way to get attention.
Touche,
youthful indiscretions.
All right, Philip. A serious question. Who do you identify with more, Ricky Bobby or Ron Burgundy?
Ricky Bobby.
Do you like Baby Jesus better?
You know, sometimes I like to think of Baby Jesus as giving an argument in front of a jury. You know, really rocking, even sometimes when the jury's not paying attention, waving a firearm in front of the jury just to get their attention.
Okay, Philip. If you're going to commit a crime, what's the best county to do it in?
Oh, definitely Harris County. I encourage everybody to go to Harris County and commit as many offenses as they possibly can.
What about Kaufman County? I heard the DA there is pretty easy to push over.
Well, the DA there, I wouldn't say he's much dimmer than the lights that are shining in our eyes right now. He's kind of a simple country lawyer. What I perceive to be what you call a rural lawyer. He's probably competent to handle issues involving cow tipping, stealing a cord of wood, maybe even a tractor theft, a real sophisticated tractor theft ring. You know, Kaufman County is probably a fantastic place to go commit rural crimes.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Rick Harrison, Kaufman County DA, is Philip's best friend.
He is
so
a very good
all
friend.
libel issues are off the table. Okay. All right. Final question. If cops served a search warrant on your office, Philip, would they find any videos starting with the words "Girls Gone"?
Pink or Girls Gone, either way.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Philip. Bye-bye.